What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we're jumping into Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 17. This is the beginning of our turf war. The Sinister Six are about to go to war with one another after Kraven the Hunter kidnapped Peter and Harry. Kraven murdered Harry, but when Mysterio shows up, helps Peter escape, or so Peter thinks. In reality, Mysterio is a council of 5 who share the identity. One of those Mysterios is Gwen Stacy, Harry's wife. And so with her rescuing Harry, saving his life, and killing Kraven, they now are ready to go to war, while Peter Parker and his family, they're on the run. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we start this issue off, we pick up with Ben and Harry. Harry showing up to the door to talk to Ben. Ben obviously finding it surprising that he's here, considering he's supposed to be dead. Immediately telling him, like, Peter's pretty beat up after what happened to you. He doesn't talk about it, but he's pretty upset, and saying upset is putting it nicely. That maybe you should reach out to him, set things straight for him. Harry really just wanted to know if Peter and his family are safe. He wanted to check in, make sure that he was okay, to tell them all that they need to keep their head down, because things are about to get serious. And while they may have already been that way, compared to what's coming, things haven't even begun. Taking us to Gwen Stacy, we have the arrival of Kingpin, showing up with Mr. Wesley by his side. He says that he won't be staying long. Kingpin is doing the courtesy of not pretending that her husband was one of the ones who actually ran the father's company. Everyone knows that it's always been Gwen. He's assuming that she is privy to all the arrangements her husband had made prior to him dying. He's assuming that all of that is going to continue regardless of her husband passing, with Kingpin taking off to the office and leaving Mr. Wesley behind. Mr. Wesley and her have a conversation, Mr. Wesley being one of the Mysterios. And he mentions how demanding it can be to work for Wilson Fisk, that there's quite a bit of dancing someone in his position has to do. For example, he helped Stacy find her husband, save him, and in return, all he got was a growing number of questions from Fisk, all regarding the disappearance of Kraven. Based off of this conversation, what we can tell that's going on is that the other council of Mysterios, they're not entirely thrilled with what Gwen has been up to. They all believe that they are working for a collective good, their collective good. If one of them is not operating in that regard, it could be very dangerous for all the others. They could seek to replace her. Now that they have all left, that's when Harry comes out of hiding, having the amulet that gives them 1 week. She has 1 week as Mysterio until she has to pass it off to the next. With that 1 week, it means it is time to go to war. And so with Harry headed out, he goes to meet up with Otto. The Goblin armor is back up to 100%. The suit's AI hasn't been active in months, but Harry says that it's time. Now, if you guys remember, the AI is essentially the voice of his father, and not in any kind of nice or kind way. It's his father constantly just talking smack to him, constantly talking down to him, with Otto giving him all the information on the updates that he's done. Otto heads out, and Harry puts on the helmet. As it boots up, that's when his father comes out, recognizing how much time has passed, mapping the changes in his brain patterns, downloading the memories, seeing that he was captured, beaten, broken. He tells the dad AI that, yeah, I kind of had a bad run, and his father's AI essentially tells him, like, there's bad runs, and then there's what's happened to you. Then add in the fact that you didn't even know your wife was a Mysterio. At this point, do you even know who you are? Do you even know what you are? His father telling him that I'm tired of being ashamed of you, weary of the shame that haunts him even after his death, that it's time that Harry proves himself once and for all. This is where we see Harry and Mysterio, Green Goblin and Gwen Stacy. They break into a factory. They knock down the door, but none of these guards are shooting at them. In fact, none of these guards are even holding guns. This is a weapons factory. This is a demon bomb factory. Mysterio jumping into action to deal with all the guards. while Green Goblin rounds up all the civilians and gets them to safety. Now, it doesn't take long for all of this to go down. All while Harry's father's the AI in his head tell him, like, this is a manner of choice that you're going about. Like, you're just saving people while your wife does all the work. When he meets up with Mysterio, he tells her that he got all of the civilians out. Mysterio took care of all the demons, but she didn't defuse all the bombs. In fact, she never said she was going to defuse bombs. This is when we see the explosion. Harry thought that they were simply going to disable these bombs. Gwen Stacy, on the other hand, she had a different approach. She took care of it, and she did it her way. The way she sees it, they're at war with a generational enemy. Harry knows this. They must do whatever is required. Say, I don't know why you're so surprised by this. You were saying the exact same thing a few months ago. We do what has to be done. Now, Harry agrees it. He agrees and he says sure. But then we hop over to Utah. And Peter Parker is getting a phone call with Ben giving him a call. He says that there is somebody that wants to say hello. And when Peter hears the voice, he can't believe it. Harry is alive. And Harry tells him, yeah, it's me. It's a real long story. But right now, Peter, I need you to come home. I need the help of Spider-Man. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This one's definitely moving our plot forward when it comes to the overall story arc. What we're seeing is that Gwen and Harry, they're starting their war. But Harry thought that they were going to fight this war differently. After working with Peter and coming to more of Peter's ideology, Harry wasn't signing up to be a terrorist. And he is quickly learning that is exactly what his wife signed up for. She will kill, she will destroy, she will take out anybody and everything that she must to take down what she calls a generational threat. Harry did not recognize how radicalized his wife had become, how quickly she is going to resort to violence. And this is not the kind of fighting that Harry thought that they are going to be doing. So obviously this comes as a shock to him. And how do you stand against your wife in this situation? The most logical thing for him to do would be to call Peter. Peter, the man that has the logic, the calm, the nerve to be able to possibly bring her down. To have her understand that the kind of violence she's resorting to is only gonna wake the sleeping bear. It is gonna bring them down on top of them faster than anything else would, versus small strategic fights, just like any rebellion would fight. You don't win against a standing army when your numbers are so small by facing them head on. You beat them by hit and run maneuvers, by winning the hearts and minds of the people so that the society, the populace, turns against them. But with the turf war just on the horizon, it looks like Peter Parker's son is about to join the fight. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with Ultimate Spider-Man, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.